Our generation has a problem with labels. And before you run to the comments saying, stop talking about Gen Z, focus on the boomers, focus on the Gen X, focus on everyone who's not me, maybe it's time as Gen Z that we start to look within. Because I'm not doing this to simply make everyone feel bad. I'm not saying this to make anyone feel bad. But growth takes discomfort. And as a Gen Z individual, I've noticed that a lot of us have a gripe with feeling discomfort. And of course we have a gripe with feeling discomfort. It's the world that we grew up in, a world of convenience culture. But when we start acting as if we are the perfect generation who does no wrong and that we should just defer our problems onto older generations while we ignore the problem at hand, you're acting just like a boomer. And one thing that boomers and Gen Z have in common is feeling an incessant need to put a label on everyone and everything. All the discourse I see amongst younger people and Gen Z is, I don't like the box that you put yourself in. I don't like the label that you call yourself because I'm this label. You're this and that, and I don't like that because I'm this. It's giving boomer. If you pay attention, if you really pay attention, having to put everyone in a box of people you hate and people you don't hate is boomer behavior. And if you're not going to take accountability that you are acting like a boomer at 20 years old, then as a generation, we're never going to get anywhere. The more that we pivot away from feeling discomfort and get more comfortable with labels and putting people in boxes and blanket statements, and honestly, a lack of nuance, although it's considered a buzzword now. It seems like every word that's important becomes a buzzword. But I guess what I'm saying is, as a collective, as a generation, we need to get more comfortable with looking within and realizing we are not a label. We are not a box to fit into, and no one else is. And no one should hate you for whatever label they put on you or whatever label you put on them. This should be very simple elementary school stuff. But unfortunately, we still have to learn.